Good morning, friends, and welcome back. I want to show you how I took this dollar store candle, a few of these actually, and my craft iron. I think you can use a regular iron, although it might be a little cumbersome, so I'll put links down below to all of these things. And this newly found stuff, beeswax food wrap, which I've never heard of. I was looking for beautiful napkins and I found these, so I said, let's try these out, and I'm very happy that I did. So what I did was I experimented with both parchment paper and wax paper. So I took all of the plastic wrap off of the candle. I then put this wax paper. It's kind of hard to describe. It's almost as thick as material, and it may even be material, but it's coated in this nice layer of wax. I wrapped it around my candle and I then ironed it on, and I used parchment paper first. And I just wanted to make sure this was very tightly wrapped around here, and it molds very nicely around the candle. And then I just took my craft iron and went over all of the areas. So you can see how it is melting the wax underneath this craft iron, which means that the wax from the candle and the wax from this paper or fabric are melting together very nicely. So you can see now I have this beautiful design on what is just what was a dollar store candle, and I'm going to fold this bottom part under and do the same thing. I will tell you about one mistake I learned about the hard way. This excess part on the bottom, first I thought I could just cut it off. Not so easy when it's already on the candle, so then I decided let me just iron it down, which left kind of an uneven bottom, but it was actually a challenge to iron it down on the bottom. So I will show you that on the next piece I cut the exact measurement that I needed, and it was much easier. This package comes with different sizes. Some almost fit the candle exactly, some are much larger. So in this instance, I decided I would cut off the excess. And this time I would use wax paper, thinking the wax on wax would work better than the parchment paper. So I followed those same steps, wrapped it around tightly, and then I took my craft iron once again and I melted the wax wraps up against the candle. And here was when I learned about the first mistake with this. You want to pull that wax paper away right away, because since I didn't do that, you can see that some of the wax paper got left behind. Some wax paper that you buy in the stores has wax on both sides of the paper, and some like this, which I got from the dollar store also, it has the wax on one side, and that would be the shiny side. So you want the shiny side down up against your candle so that what's facing you is the side that's kind of on the dull or flat side. But that wasn't the problem. It just seemed like the paper kept getting stuck. So all I had to do was peel it away. It didn't hurt the wax wrap that's underneath it. I used my nail and I just scraped it a little bit and it came right off. I kept trying to remelt it off, but that didn't work. So I just said, you know what, let me see if I'm going to hurt this candle if I use my fingernail. And that didn't hurt it at all. So I was able to just pull this right off once I used the tip of my nail and scratched it away. And just to be on the safe side, when I was all done, I went over the candle with the wax paper, and this time, because most of this wrap was securely on the candle, I found a better way to do this next step, and that was to just lay the wax paper down and pull it down with the iron on it so that this way nothing could stick and nothing would stick. And then I just went around the whole candle and I smoothed out any uneven spots. You're probably not going to be able to get this perfect, but it still looks very pretty and kind of on the dreamy side. This dries right away, by the way. You don't have to wait for the wax to cool off. It's ready to handle almost immediately. I then took this wooden embellishment, a little flower, and I put a little birdie inside of there and hot glued that in there. And I then took some ribbon and I placed that around the candle. I did this with all 3 candles that I made, and I just used a little bit of hot glue and secured this ribbon or lace around here. This is cotton ribbon, by the way. I believe the nylon would probably melt under that hot glue. And I overlapped it in the back a little bit. You want to be careful because, of course, I burnt my fingers a couple of times, then decided to use something else to tap that down. And then I just hot glued again the heart on the front of here. And now I will show you what all 3 of the different candles looked like. So I was able to get most of the embellishments in the dollar store and the candle. I will have the links down below for the craft iron and wax wraps, and probably a few other embellishments also for my ebook, Successful Decoupage Every Time. By the way, guys, thank you so much for subscribing. One other thing, you might be asking, can you actually use these candles? With these embellishments on them, I would not, but if you wanted to make some of these to use for your house, I would skip the embellishments. I've been decoupaging candles for years with paper around the outside, and I've burnt those candles and I never have a problem with anything catching fire. I keep them on glass plates or candle holders. As long as you don't have the embellishments, I could see the embellishments just getting ruined as the candle melts down. So I personally am not going to use these particular candles, but at Christmas time, I'm sure these people are going to come out with some beautiful Christmas themed designs. And guys, before I go for the week, before I end the video, I am going to leave you with a little bit of footage of the storms we were having, because some of the people across the road from us actually lost their homes. A lot of them lost the whole downstairs to their house. We live on a mountainside. We're in the mountain view section of our county at the lowest point. There's a creek at the bottom that had turned into the rapids. So the homes on the down part all had to be evacuated. One man had to be rescued, which took 2 hours. And we were under tornado warnings for a couple of hours, with the final warning coming through, take cover now. That's pretty scary. But I want to leave you with some of the footage of what this storm looked and sounded like, because it was quite a frightening night. Thank God no one here lost their lives or got injured. Unfortunately, in our state of New Jersey, I did hear that 25 people lost their lives to this storm. It was the end of the storm Ida that went through and came up to New Jersey and hit us hard for quite a few hours. Flooding was worse than we've ever seen it. Thanks be to God, we're okay. And prayers to all those families that lost some. And it was really a treacherous storm and quite a frightening night. I woke up the following morning with the sorest muscles in my whole body because I was just that tense the whole night before. Okay, guys, I hope you're all safe and doing well, and I hope to see you next week or the week after with another video. In the meantime, have a look at what we listened to most of the night the other night. And stay safe, my friends.
Does this mean we're not going to Jerry's tomorrow?
No. Well, I mean, it'll be... Whoa! Did you see that?
Well, the remnants of it. I wasn't looking that direction.
Well, this should be out of here by 12:30, hopefully.
Is that what they said, 12:30?
12:15, I think. But you...
What time is it? Wow, it's
11.
It's a constant
I know.
rumble going on.
It's been like that for a while, too. So I can't believe you didn't hear anything.
No, I didn't hear a thing.
Here, stop.